Only the selected possess these 7 concealed signs. Do you bear them? There are aspects of existence that only a select few truly grasp, profound realities concealed from the many, yet unveiled to those who have been designated. Throughout history, the divine has set apart individuals not through outward symbols, but through inner marks that differentiate them from the rest of humanity. These marks may not be seen by the human eye, yet they are unmistakable to those who bear them. One may think that being selected signifies a journey of simplicity, abundant in riches, comfort, and opulence. Yet the truth is much deeper. The true chosen ones find their value not in material wealth or possessions, nor do they pursue the temporary delights of this life. Instead, they hold within them something far greater, an essence that distinguishes them, a calling that ignites profoundly within their spirits. And here's something that may surprise you. Not everyone who professes devotion is genuinely touched by the divine. There is a profound difference between those who merely utter his name, and those who are embraced by his essence. The inquiry is, do you carry these signs? Many navigate their journeys with the conviction that they are following the correct course, firmly believing that their devotion alone suffices. Yet, belief devoid of proof, lacking in change, is hollow. The sacred text unveils that the genuine offspring of the divine bear 7 unmistakable characteristics, indicators that cannot be feigned, purchased, or replicated. These signs distinguish the faithful from the misguided, the true from the counterfeit. It is essential for you to understand the significance of these marks. You must reflect on your own life in the illumination of divine truth, for ultimately, there exist only 2 types of individuals, those who bear the signs of the sacred and those who do not. What you are about to hear is not widely known. It is a sentiment that is not commonly expressed by just anyone. These truths are unveiled solely to those who are ready to search, hear, and yield to the divine invitation. If you are still present, it signifies that you are in pursuit of something profound, something authentic. And I assure you, by the end of this video, you will perceive yourself in a manner you never have before. Before we embark on this journey, if you seek to deepen your understanding and welcome more insights like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. This journey is just beginning, and what you are about to uncover may transform your perspective on everything. A renewed spirit. At this moment, I feel compelled to pose a significant question to you. I understand that your time is precious, yet you are present because of your dedication to divine love. That's why I need you to take a moment and affirm something profound over your life. The divine message holds the ability to bring about change, and when you affirm something, you harmonize yourself with that reality. At this moment, please share your thoughts in the comments. I have faith that divine guidance will lead me to triumph over every challenge. Feel free to share your thoughts. I will deeply cherish every response. A changed spirit is the initial and most unmistakable sign of the selected. Without it, all else is insignificant. A person may possess understanding of sacred texts, engage in spiritual practices, and even seem virtuous in the eyes of others. However, if their heart stays the same, they are not part of the divine. The scripture is unmistakable. The divine gaze transcends mere external appearances. He gazes upon the essence within. In Ezekiel 36 verse 26, there is a promise of transformation, stating that a new heart will be given and a new spirit will be placed within. I shall take away your hardened heart and replace it with a tender one. This is a profound transformation. It is not about changing actions or embracing a series of spiritual practices. It is about a total transformation from the inside out. Reflect on Saul, the one who sought to harm the followers of Christ. He was fervent in his spiritual endeavors, yet his heart remained distant from the divine. It was not until he met Jesus on the road to Damascus that his heart experienced a profound transformation. He transformed. Paul, a man whose entire life was transformed by the profound influence of divine love. This is the fate of those selected. They do not stay unchanged. The change within the heart is undeniable. It transforms your capacity for love, your words, your thoughts, and your approach to abundance and prosperity. It transforms your focus. In the past, wealth and opulence may have been your primary focus, but now you recognize them as transient and ephemeral. You understand that genuine wealth is not located in physical belongings, but in the blessings accumulated in the eternal realm. Have you ever observed how certain individuals, even with abundant wealth, still experience a profound sense of emptiness? They pursue riches, believing it will grant them peace, yet within, they continue to feel unsettled. That's because wealth without a higher purpose leaves an emptiness that cannot be satisfied. When your heart is devoted to Him, even in times of scarcity, you possess a wealth that is immeasurable. When the divine transforms an individual's heart, their aspirations shift accordingly. They no longer strive for self-glorification, but instead aim to honor the divine. They are now guided by a profound sense of meaning, free from the shackles of avarice. They do not gauge their value by their possessions but by their connections. The selected few grasp this truth. They understand that their true essence is not defined by their position, wealth, or accomplishments, but by the profound truth that they are beloved offspring of the Supreme Being. They have been redeemed at a great cost, the sacrifice made for them. And because of that, they do not live for themselves, but for the one who has brought them back to grace. However, there is an important point to consider. Not everyone who professes to walk in faith has genuinely undergone this change. Many profess their belief, yet their hearts remain untouched. They continue to pursue the same desires as those around them. They continue to value material gain above belief, ease above devotion. The selected stand apart. They discern the illusions of fleeting joys and seek after what lasts forever. So the question is, has your spirit been renewed? Have you genuinely submitted to a higher power in a manner that transforms every aspect of your being? Or are you still clinging to past habits, lingering wishes, and the hollow assurances of the world? The initial sign of the selected is a heart that is no longer owned by itself. It is a heart that has experienced pain, transformation, and restoration through divine love. And when that occurs, everything transforms. Now pause and contemplate. Does this initial sign speak to your heart? Have you felt this change in your own life? For what lies ahead will uncover deeper insights into the essence of being chosen, an unyielding devotion to the truth. There is a profound distinction between those who merely listen to the truth and those who hold it close with steadfast belief. Numerous individuals profess their devotion, yet when faced with difficult realities that test their comfort, aspirations, and lifestyle, they often retreat. The selected stand apart. They seek to understand the truth deeply. They yearn for it, even when it is challenging, even when it demands their all. The sacred text cautions about an era when individuals will not withstand wholesome teachings. Instead, they will pursue guidance that resonates with their wishes, opting for ease rather than steadfastness, inclination over integrity. This moment is upon us. We observe it all around us, signals that elevate the individual above the collective, material gain over true understanding, indulgence over purity. The world suggests that true affection involves embracing all aspects. Yet, genuine affection, the divine kind, guides, purifies, and changes us. The selected remain steadfast in their commitment to what is true, for they recognize that truth transcends mere concepts. It is a being. He proclaimed, "I am the path, the reality, and the essence of existence." John 14 verse 6. To turn away from the truth is to turn away from Him. Reflect on the affluent young leader. He approached Jesus in search of everlasting life, firmly believing that he was already following the correct journey. However, when Jesus instructed him to part with his belongings and accompany him, the young man departed with a heavy heart. What is the reason behind this? Because he cherished his riches more than he cherished honesty. He sought deliverance, yet hesitated to sacrifice his ease. He sought the divine, yet he also desired to hold on to his wealth, his opulence, his standing. And in the end he opted for the fleeting instead of the everlasting. The selected ones do not resemble this. When they encounter the truth, they do not retreat. When the divine beckons them to release something, they comply. They understand that financial resources, abundance, and belongings are not inherently negative. But when they take precedence over the divine, they transform into burdens. Have you ever observed how some individuals push back against the truth when it confronts their way of living? They will embrace the divine as long as it does not disrupt their aspirations, their financial goals, or their desires for dominance. Yet, the selected stand apart. They pursue truth, not for ease, but for profound change. They are prepared to release anything that obstructs their connection with the divine, regardless of the price it may exact on their wealth, their standing, or their bonds with others. In 2 Timothy 4.3, Paul cautions that individuals will assemble a multitude of instructors to speak to their desires and preferences. We exist in an era where numerous individuals lean towards uplifting talks rather than foundational truths, favoring messages of abundance over the pursuit of righteousness. Yet, those who are selected understand that genuine affection does not shy away from difficult realities. It communicates with them profoundly. In times of discomfort, the essence holds strength. It reveals hidden truths, dispels falsehoods, and liberates souls. However, not all individuals seek liberation. Some seek the facade of safety, the solace of partial truths, the belief that they can serve both the divine and material riches without facing any repercussions. Yet, it was made evident by Jesus. It is impossible to be devoted to two authorities. Either you will hold animosity towards one and cherish the other, or you will be loyal to one and disdain the other. One cannot dedicate themselves to both the divine and material wealth. Matthew 6.2 For does this imply that the divine disapproves of wealth? Absolutely not. Abraham was blessed with great abundance. Job was brought back to a state of greater abundance following his challenges. Solomon was bestowed with riches beyond compare. But the distinction lies in the fact that these individuals did not worship their riches. They devoted themselves to a higher purpose. They recognized that wealth serves as a means, not an ultimate purpose. Opulence is fleeting, yet truth is everlasting. The selected individuals do not gauge their existence through monetary achievements, but rather through their faithfulness to a higher calling. They do not inquire, what can I acquire? But how deeply can I let go? They are prepared to leave behind anything that stands in the way of their commitment to Christ. What about you? Are you willing to embrace the truth so deeply that it transforms you? Or do you only accept it when it resonates with your wishes? Have you ever found yourself turning away from the divine because the truth required something challenging? This is the second sign of the selected. They remain steadfast in their commitment to honesty. They align their lives with the essence of what is true. And as a result, they stand firm and resolute. They are unwavering in their resolve. They are beyond purchase. And they will always choose lasting treasures over fleeting ease. Yet, there exists a profound essence that distinguishes the selected ones. Something that reveals itself in the most challenging times of existence. Continue to pay attention, for what follows is a challenge that only the truly selected can withstand. Endurance in the face of challenges. There is a challenging yet undeniable truth about the selected. They face many challenges in their daily existence. They are examined, purified, and forged in the flames. Many hold the belief that devotion to the divine should result in swift rewards, prosperity, and ease. However, the scriptures depict an alternate reality, one in which those genuinely selected by the divine navigate through hardship, resistance, and challenges that profoundly examine their beliefs at the deepest level. Our Lord shared with his followers, "In this world, you will encounter challenges. But take courage, I have triumphed over the world." John 16.33. Observe that he did not say you might encounter difficulties, but you will. The selected are not free from struggle. They find fortitude in it. Consider the journey of Job. He was a man of great fortune, held in high regard and thriving. In an instant, he found himself stripped of all he held dear, his wealth, his loved ones, his vitality. What distinguished Job was not his possessions, but his reaction when everything was stripped away from him. He chose not to speak ill of the divine. He stood firm in his beliefs. And in the end, through his unwavering spirit, he was renewed and graced with even greater blessings than before. The same holds for us in this moment. Challenges manifest in various ways. Some experience a loss of financial stability. Some endure rejection, betrayal, or even persecution for their beliefs. Yet the selected remain steadfast. They recognize that their struggles hold significance. Every challenge they face carries a meaningful intention. The divine employs it to purify them, to distinguish the authentic from the false, to fortify their belief so that they become unwavering. Some individuals seek a higher power only during times of prosperity. They remain devoted when their finances are abundant, when their well-being is robust, when existence is easy. Yet, when challenges arise, they often stray, doubting the divine, expressing discontent, and becoming disheartened. This is the distinction between those who are genuinely selected and those who are not. The selected stay true not due to favorable conditions, but because their belief is genuine. The sacred text teaches that fortunate is the individual who endures challenges, for after facing the trial, that person shall be rewarded with the crown of life promised by the divine to those who hold love for him. James 1:12. This is the blessing of steadfastness. Those who persevere, who remain steadfast, who cling to their beliefs even when chaos surrounds them, these are the individuals who demonstrate they are truly destined for greatness. Reflect on Daniel. He was removed from his home, compelled to reside in an unfamiliar land, enveloped by a society that revered untrue deities. Yet he remained steadfast. Even when confronted with the lion's den, he held firm in his resolve. And due to his steadfast belief, he was not only rescued but also raised in esteem among rulers. The same divine presence that delivered Daniel, the same force that renewed Job, is the guiding spirit that accompanies his chosen ones today. And here is something truly uplifting. Challenges are frequently the indication that you are genuinely selected. The adversary refrains from targeting those who pose no danger. If you encounter resistance, hardships, and obstacles that appear unyielding, it might not be due to being overlooked, but rather because you are chosen for a greater purpose. The universe imparts lessons on abundance, opulence, and achievement. Are the highest aspirations. But the chosen recognize that genuine wealth is not quantified by currency, but by a belief that has been tested and strengthened through trials. They do not pursue fleeting success. They strive for everlasting honor. Now if this message resonates with you, if you have endured trials and yet remained steadfast, if you understand the significance of being selected, then let this be your proclamation. Pause for a moment and show your appreciation by clicking the like button. When you do, you are embracing a deeper connection. You are affirming your resolve to remain steadfast regardless of the tempest. And hold this close to your heart, challenges are not the conclusion of your journey. For the selected, every challenge is guiding towards something more profound. But there is something even more profound about those who have been chosen by the divine. Something that influences every facet of their existence, molding not just their future but also the manner in which they navigate each day. Continue to observe, for what follows unveils a longing that only the truly selected hold dear. A longing for purity. There is something unmistakable about those who are genuinely selected by a higher power. It is not merely their belief, their determination, or their understanding of sacred texts. It is something profound, an unwavering longing for purity. They seek a deeper transformation within themselves. They desire to be distinguished. They yearn for purity, for distinction, to lead lives that honor the divine, no matter the actions of the world surrounding them. The sacred text emphasizes that just as the one who summoned you embodies purity, so too should you strive for holiness. Be sacred in all you do. For it is said, "Be pure, for I am pure." 1 Peter January 15, 16. This is not a mere suggestion. It is a directive. Righteousness is essential for those who are selected. It is a significant aspect of their identity. Many individuals hold the view that as long as they have faith in a higher power, they can conduct their lives in any manner they choose. Yet, the selected recognize that belief devoid of action holds no substance. They do not seek righteousness out of fear of retribution. They seek it out because of their deep affection. Divine presence. Their spirits are renewed, and that renewal alters everything. Their thoughts, their words, how they choose to spend their moments, and indeed, how they manage their resources, finances, and achievements. Sanctity is not found in solitude. It is about embracing what truly matters and finding fulfillment in the journey. Some of the most devoted followers of the divine, Joseph, Daniel, Abraham, were individuals of significant influence and prosperity. But what distinguished them was not their wealth but their dedication to innocence amidst a tainted world. Observe Joseph. He faced great trials, cast into a deep pit, sold into servitude, yet ultimately rose to become a mighty leader in Egypt. He possessed access to all that is desired, wealth, influence, opulence. Yet, when confronted with temptation, when Potiphar's his spouse attempted to entice him, and he did not waver. He sought refuge. What is the reason? Because he recognized that no level of influence or enjoyment held true value. Yielding his sanctity in the presence of the divine. This is the path of the faithful. They protect their souls. They approach wrongdoing with utmost seriousness. They do not seek to understand how near they can approach to the brink without stumbling. They move through life with a sense of grace, not out of obligation, but from a deep desire within. But here lies the challenge. Purity comes with a price. It frequently signifies being solitary. It signifies choosing paths that may be beyond the comprehension of others. It signifies turning away from the things that society holds in high regard. The world encourages us to seek enjoyment, to strive for abundance, greater achievements, and deeper satisfaction. But the selected are not guided by their wants. They are guided by a higher power. And here is something truly uplifting. Purity is not solely defined by what you refrain from. It is about what you seek. It is not merely about avoiding wrongdoing. It is about pursuing what is just and virtuous. The selected act. Do not merely turn away from what is unjust. They hold fast to what is just. Have you ever experienced a sense of not belonging? As the moments that were content you no longer do. This is the sign of an individual undergoing a profound change through divine influence. He is distinguishing you from the rest. He is transforming you. However, righteousness extends beyond merely steering clear of wrongdoing. It is about contemplation. The essence of the divine. It is about moving forward with compassion, with understanding, with grace. It is about viewing prosperity and achievement not as possessions of the divine, but as instruments to fulfill his purpose. The selected recognize that genuine wealth is not derived from possessions, but from their identity in Christ. They do not gauge their existence through material wealth, but through their commitment to a higher calling. And this is why the world remains unaware of their true essence. To the world, purity appears as limitation. Yet, for those selected, it is liberation. It is the liberation to exist unburdened by the shackles of wrongdoing, free from the heaviness of concession, and devoid of the remorse that comes with insincere commitment. Yet, there exists another sign of the selected, a quality that reveals itself in every aspect of their existence. It is not merely the way they exist. It is the way they reach out to the divine. Because those who are truly chosen do not just have faith in the divine. They rely on it. And what follows will unveil the reason behind it all. A life filled with profound devotion. There is an undeniable essence in those who are genuinely selected by a higher power. They embody a profound sense of belief. They are individuals of deep reflection. But not just any invocation. A heartfelt expression that transforms challenges, alters environments, and manifests divine intentions on our planet. The selected view this practice not merely as an obligation or a fallback in moments of distress. They view it as their essential link, their bond to the divine essence itself. The scripture instructs us to maintain a constant dialogue, as noted in Thessalonians 5:17. But what does that truly signify? Does it involve dedicating long periods in a place of worship reciting the same phrases? Absolutely not. It signifies maintaining an ongoing dialogue with the divine. It signifies that this practice is not merely an action you perform. Your essence defines you. Observe the journeys of the most remarkable individuals in sacred texts. They were not merely individuals of understanding or insight. They were individuals of deep reflection. Daniel sought solace 3 times a day, even when it meant confronting the peril of a lion's den. Elijah sought divine intervention, and flames descended from the sky. Hannah sought divine intervention, and her empty womb was filled with promise. Jesus himself, the divine incarnate, frequently sought solitude for communion. If Jesus, the Son of God, sought connection and guidance, how much more do we need to reach out for support? However, there is a significant matter to consider. The selected ones do not seek divine favor merely to obtain blessings. They do not approach their requests as mere exchanges, seeking only wealth, achievement, or indulgence. They seek connection because they yearn to be in the divine presence. They seek connection because they understand that true richness is not quantified by currency, but by closeness with Him. There are many who view this practice as a means to attain greater wealth, increased influence, and enhanced success. But the chosen view this practice as a means to offer more of themselves, more of their hearts, more of their devotion. They are not centered on what the divine can provide for them. They are devoted to finding ways to harmonize with His purpose. And because of this, their intentions hold strength. They are not feeble, hollow expressions. They are affirmations of belief that tremble the realm of shadows. They communicate with confidence, aware that when they express their thoughts, the heavens pay attention. However, there is a truth that many overlook. The most profound expressions often emerge from our most challenging times. The selected discover to seek solace not during times of ease, but in times of urgency. In times of turmoil, when resources are scarce and hope seems distant, it is during these moments that individuals seek a deeper connection with the divine. Consider the example of Job. After losing everything, his wealth, his family, his health, he remained steadfast in his faith. He knelt on the ground in reverence. He called out, yet he did not speak ill. He sought understanding, yet he remained steadfast in his beliefs. And in the end, because he remained steadfast in his devotion, the divine restored everything to him and even more. This is the distinction between the selected and all others. The selected remain steadfast in their devotion, not just in times of prosperity. They seek solace when everything is unraveling. They seek solace when they find themselves in confusion. They seek solace when the world urges them to surrender. And because of that, their belief is unwavering. But here lies the inquiry. What does your spiritual practice look like? Is it powerful, unwavering, and abundant in belief? Or is it something you seek only in times of need? Do you approach with confidence, aware that the divine listens to you? Or do you wonder if your words truly hold significance? The selected are aware of the reality. It is not solely focused on altering circumstances. It is about transforming them. It shapes their hearts, aligns their desires with the divine, and fortifies their belief. And this is why they never cease their devotion. Yet, there remains additional qualities that distinguish the selected ones. It is not solely their belief, their sanctity, or their supplications. There is a profound essence, a truth that undeniably reveals the true connection to the divine. And what follows will unveil the undeniable truth of who the selected truly are. The essence of divine goodness. There exists an authenticity that cannot be imitated, a distinction that sets apart the genuinely selected from those who merely profess their devotion. It is not about the extent of their knowledge, the frequency of their attendance, or the number of sacred phrases they utter. It is an essence that resonates profoundly, emerging effortlessly from their existence. It is the manifestation of divine essence. It is evident that one can discern them by their actions, as stated in Matthew 7 verse 16. The selected are recognized not through their speech, but by the manifestation of their change. And this evidence is not about material possessions, social standing, or indulgence. It is compassion, happiness, tranquility, endurance, generosity, virtue, loyalty, tenderness, and restraint. Galatians May 22:23. Reflect on it. One can discern the nature of a tree through the quality of its fruit. A fruit-bearing tree does not need to proclaim its identity. You simply observe the apples, nurturing it. Similarly, those who are genuinely selected do not require validation through debates or accolades. Their actions resonate more profoundly than their expressions. The issue at hand is that numerous individuals think that being selected equates to achieving outward success. They believe it signifies possessing wealth, power, and solace. However, the scripture does not indicate that you will identify them by their riches. It does not say, by their social status, you will recognize them. It speaks of the results they produce. Reflect on the journey of Jesus. He arrived on this planet not as a ruler adorned in riches. He did not pursue authority or extravagance. He moved with grace, in compassion, in selflessness. He possessed no dwelling, no wealth, no earthly crown, and yet he bore greater strength than any sovereign, more command than any monarch. What is the reason? For he endured. The essence of divine qualities in their truest manifestation. The selected remain unchanged. They find strength within themselves, untouched by external approval. They do not gauge their achievements by wealth, recognition, or material belongings. Rather, they gauge it by the extent to which they embody the essence of Christ. Yet, producing results is not always a simple task. It demands a yielding of oneself. It necessitates surrendering one's own desires. Jesus spoke, saying that unless a grain of wheat falls to the ground and perishes, it stays solitary. Yet, if it meets its end, it brings forth abundant yield. John 12:24. The selected comprehend this. They understand that to genuinely embrace life, they must first let go to their own wants, to their arrogance, to the things that once held power over them. And when they do, a remarkable transformation occurs. They start to cherish in ways they never imagined achievable. They discover happiness even amidst hardship. They move with serenity, undisturbed by the turmoil that surrounds them. They grow in patience, kindness, and faithfulness. They hold a deep conviction in the divine. They embody the essence of his existence. Have you ever encountered someone who embodies a divine aura? Is there someone whose presence brings you nearer to the divine? That is the essence of divine grace. It cannot be feigned. It cannot be created by human hands. It is the sign of an individual who has genuinely undergone a profound change. Yet, this is the test we face. Many profess to walk in faith, yet their actions reveal a contrasting narrative. They express affection, yet cling to resentment. They speak of tranquility, yet are consumed by anxiety. They profess belief, yet are engulfed by avarice. The selected stand apart. Their change is genuine, and the evidence lies in their outcomes. Here lies the inquiry. What does your existence reveal about you? When individuals gaze upon you, do they? Can you perceive the signs of a higher power's existence? Do they perceive affection, happiness, tranquility, or do they observe something different? This is a profound indication of the selected ones. It is revealed not through words, but through deeds. When the essence of the Spirit is evident, it becomes unmistakable to whom you genuinely belong. And now, I invite you to engage in an act of profound significance. If this message has resonated with you, if you know someone who could benefit from this message, please take a moment to share this video with them. One message has the power to transform a life in ways you may never imagine. Yet, there remains one last sign of the selected, the one that brings together all we have discussed. It is the ultimate testament, an unmistakable mark that distinguishes the faithful from the rest of humanity. And if you possess this, you can be certain that you are part of his fold. Prepare yourself for what lies ahead. Next we'll unveil the most profound truth yet. The mark of the divine. There is a profound sign that sets apart the selected from the multitude of the world. It is not an item that can be purchased, fabricated, or attained through personal endeavor. It is something that only the divine he can bestow upon his people. It is the mark of the divine. The sacred text emphasizes the importance of not causing sorrow to the divine presence, to whom you were bound for the day of salvation, Ephesians 4 verse 30. This seal may not be seen, yet its presence is unmistakable. It is the sign that an individual is connected to the divine, that they have been designated for a higher purpose, that they possess a lasting essence that remains indelible. Throughout the sacred texts, the divine has consistently set apart his followers. In the ancient scriptures, he established his people set apart, providing them with guidelines and principles that distinguished them from the neighboring peoples. In the New Testament, he bestowed upon his followers the Holy Spirit, a divine mark that distinguished them as belonging to him. In the final days, the book of Revelation describes a conclusive sealing, where the faithful will be clearly distinguished from the rest of humanity. This seal is reserved for the chosen few. It is not bestowed to those who merely profess their faith. It is bestowed upon those who adhere to guidance, who journey in trust, who yield completely to the divine purpose. Many individuals desire the rewards of being selected, yet few are prepared to make the sacrifices required for genuine commitment. Devotion. Observe Noah. He existed in an era of profound moral decline, a period when the whole world had strayed from divine presence. Yet, due to his unwavering commitment and his adherence to the path laid before him, he was embraced within the sanctuary, safeguarded from the impending reckoning that descended upon the world. The same holds true in this moment. The world is drifting further from the divine. Individuals are pursuing wealth, achievement, and opulence, convinced that these pursuits will provide them with assurance. Ultimately, it is only those who are marked by the divine that will endure. Only those who are genuinely connected to him will persevere. This seal transcends the boundaries of faith. It is not about adhering to regulations or customs. It is about connection. It is about developing a personal relationship with the divine, journeying alongside him each day, being infused with his essence, and aligning one's life with his purpose. The selected comprehend this. They place their confidence not in wealth, material goods, or the accomplishments of humanity. They place their faith in the divine presence alone. They understand that their genuine richness lies not in their possessions, but in the one who holds them dear. However, there is a vital truth you must grasp. Being embraced by the divine does not imply that you will be free from challenges. It does not imply that you will be without trials. Indeed, the adversary will strive with even greater intensity against those who bear this sign. But no assault, no trial, no tempest can take away what has been bestowed upon you. This is why the chosen move forward with unwavering assurance. They do not live in fear, for they are assured of their divine connection. They remain steadfast, for they understand their unique purpose. They do not seek the validation of the world, for they already possess the affirmation of the only one who truly counts. And now, the inquiry is this. Do you possess this seal? Have you genuinely devoted your life to the divine in a manner that transforms you eternally? Or have you been navigating between two realms, one grounded in the everyday and the other in a deeper belief? The moment approaches when the distinction between the selected and the remainder of the world will be clear and undeniable. And when that day arrives, there will be no neutral stance. You will either be embraced by the divine, or defined by the earthly. Embrace this moment for contemplation. This is not about trepidation. It is about sincerity. It is about understanding your position. It is about making a decision that will shape your forever. And now, all that we have discussed brings us to a singular, profound conclusion, one that will test you, uplift you, and beckon you toward a higher purpose. For understanding these signs goes beyond mere recognition. It is essential for you to reflect on how you will utilize this understanding. And what follows is a choice that solely rests in your hands. Now that you have witnessed the 7 marks of the chosen, the inquiry shifts from their existence to whether they reside within you. Have you genuinely been chosen for a special purpose? Do you carry these unmistakable marks of divine connection? This goes beyond merely having faith in a higher power. Even the wicked acknowledge the truth, and they shudder, James 2:19. This is about yielding, about metamorphosis, about embracing a life that undeniably mirrors his essence. The selected are not characterized by language but by deeds. They do not simply express belief. They move through it. They embrace the truth wholeheartedly. They are molded by it. Reflect on the 7 signs. A renewed spirit. A steadfast devotion to what is right. Endurance in the face of challenges. A longing for purity. A life filled with profound devotion. The essence of divine qualities. And ultimately the divine mark. These are qualities that cannot be pretended. They are the outcome of a life completely devoted to the divine. So reflect within, do these marks truly define who I am? If not, then now is the moment for transformation. Now is the moment to embrace full dedication. To release the burdens that distance you from the divine. For the reality is that a moment will arrive when the opportunity to choose will have passed. The sacred text cautions us that a time approaches when the harvest will distinguish the fruitful from the barren, when the devoted will be distinguished from the unfaithful. In that moment, only those who are genuinely connected to the divine will remain steadfast. But here is the uplifting message. Divine guidance is reaching out to you this day. He is offering you the chance to embrace your authentic self. To journey in the completeness of his purpose. To fulfill your true potential as intended by your Creator. Now I invite you to reflect on how you will embrace this understanding. Will you turn a blind eye and carry on with your life as it is? Or will you embrace its power to change you? This is your time. This is your chance to connect with a higher purpose in a way that you haven't experienced before. And if this message has resonated with you, if you sense a divine prompting within you, then act on it immediately. Join this channel to keep receiving uplifting insights that will fortify your belief. Embrace this video if you feel called to step forward as one of the selected. And above all, pass this message along to someone who could benefit from it. Because the truth you just received is meant to be shared with others. It is intended to connect with others. And before you leave, take a moment to view the next video that is coming up on your screen. It will guide you further into this exploration of what it genuinely signifies to be chosen by the divine. This is your purpose. This is your moment. Embrace it.